Blazers as they go up against the Sacramento Kings here in Golden One Center. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've got Klingon, Avdia out there with Anthony Simons. Then there's Grant, and it's Kamare in at the 4. And for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Malik Monk out there with Levine, and it's Valanciunas in at the center. Here we are, Brent, the season entering its final stages now. It really is a marathon, isn't it?
Man, Kevin, town to town, games piling up, dealing with weather, flight delays, people wanting tickets. I mean, all the things that add up to a season. And on and off the court, it is a grind. And you know the players at this point in the year are always feeling it.
Now, here's Monk. That shot off. Now, here's Avdia. Nice steal from Valanciunas. DeRozan against Grant. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Valanciunas, good. And here is Simons. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Here's Grant. Sacramento grabs the miss. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Here's Klingon. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
I love how hard Klingon works that offensive glass, using his size in that situation.
Down low. Outside for Murray. 1 for 3. And Klingon pulls it down.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Back in the late 80s and early 90s, Brent, the Blazers had a real chance to win some titles.
Oh, man, they ran into some great teams, too, Kevin. The bad boy Pistons, and then the Bulls, obviously, with Michael Jordan. Winning a title in those days took something special, and the Blazers were right there.
Murray, good.
Early on in his NBA career, Murray showing he's a capable shooter.
For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Levine against Avdia. Pass to Kamare. Outside, Avdia. Just 5 on the clock. Fires away from way outside. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3. The Kings have gone 2 of 6 in the field. Here's Valanciunas, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Donovan Klingon.
Valanciunas, a seasoned veteran now that you basically can count on as a double-double guy, even in limited minutes. He really does a great job of patrolling the paint.
And he knocks down the first one. Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the 3. Brent, there's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA, to have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
Levine gets to Monk. Levine can't hit. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 3.
Defenders want to get physical with Simons to try to offset some of his athleticism. It doesn't always work.
Levine passes to DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
That's good from DeRozan. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Trey Lyles checked in for Keegan Murray. Ellis comes in for Zach LaVine. And it's Carter in for Malik Monk. Sacramento making some changes. Moravia's checked in. And it's Crowder in for DeMar DeRozan. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Murray against Crowder. Murray, good. And that makes it a tie ball game.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Now here's Ellis. Clock at 6. Crowder, the pass to Laravia. That one goes. Count it.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Carter against Henderson. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
In the follow, Scoot Henderson, a human highlight film.
Here's Carter. Another shot. Got a piece of it. Ellis against Sharp. In the corner, Henderson with it. And he's good on the 3-ball. Henderson's got 5 points so far.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Crowder against Murray. It's deflected. Carter outside. Here's Laravia. No good from outside. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. Pass to Klingon. Knocked loose. Hit stolen by Lyles. Ellis kicks to Lyles. And it's blocked.
Intimidation at the defensive area. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Matisse Thybulle checked in for Portland. Now here's Ellis. No scoring in this one. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Passes to Walker. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the first. The pass to Thybulle. Sharp with it. 6 on the shot clock. Over Ellis. And it's Sharp missing.
And when he's this close, he's got to make it. The defense was pretty good, but just shouldn't miss that.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Kings lead by 2. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Malik Monk out there with LaVine, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin. This sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time. But the West is tough, David. Thank you. And once known for his defense, Jeremy Grant has become a knockdown three-point shooter. Brent, he's fun to watch.
Yeah, that's really opened up some lanes for him as a player to do more, to become more complete. I mean, his slashing game has come along. He's been a better rebounder. And if you foul him, he's going to cash in at the free throw line.
Sacramento moving it around. Monk right side. Back to DeRozan. Goes up again. Basket good. And the Kings lead by 4.
Getting aggressive inside. DeRozan refuses to waste that opportunity.
And it's Henderson with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserve.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
Portland shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
Klingon, he's checked in for Portland. Avdia comes in for Henderson. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. It feels like every season, Brett, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way. We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Count that one.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
To the inside. Avdia. And finished off by Avdia.
I like the way Avdia is competing right now, always looking to make a play.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Denny Avdia. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the defense.
And that one drops. Monk's got the lead up to 7 now for Sacramento.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Simons with the ball. Now defended by Levine. Simons, the pass to Avdia. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
Just pushing through that time. Avdia asserting himself against the contact.
Hey, Brent, what's one area where we really see these Portland Trailblazers excel?
Well, they're great on the offensive glass. They have presence on the inside. They have a ton of focus on just collecting rebounds. So great at retrieving those misses.
Brent, with Avdia, there's a versatility to his game that not many players can claim.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. He does things on both ends. Sometimes defensively it goes unnoticed, but this guy can play a lot of different positions and is very skilled. He contributes in a lot of ways to his team.
Kings leading now by 4. Here's Murray. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the first time out of the game called here for the Trailblazers. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
Yeah, drawing fouls is tough, but the important part about that is when you get to the free throw line, you got to turn those into points, and it might have cost them in that last ball game, missing all those chippies.
And the Kings making a change here. Ellis has checked in. Murray's checked in for Portland. Shaden Sharp comes in for Grant. Inside, here's Simons. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simons has got 5 now. Monk with the ball. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Second chance shot, and Valanciunas with the layup. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Murray the pass to Simons. And when you're a knockdown shooter like you are, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt Anthony, one of those guys really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Walker's checked in, and Simons drops them both.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Monk dishes to Valanciunas.
2 minutes.
Back to Monk. 5 on the clock. To the middle, stolen by Walker. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Sharp. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Sharp's got his first 2 points of the night.
A few defenders can keep up with Sharp in the open floor. This guy is electric.
Here's Monk. 1:25 left to play in the first half. Ball's knocked loose, stolen by Walker. Sharp against Monk. And there's the foul. It's on Keegan Murray. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Avdia. And Henderson subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Walker. The Trailblazers working the ball around now. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And I think it's going to be crucial that Monk continues to work on his playmaking ability. When he's dribbling the ball like that, he is tough to stop.
Henderson passes to Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
In this quarter, they've had the right approach. Drive.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
So we can't get either to fall. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
You can't get that one to fall. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Sharp. Crowder pulls it in. Kings leading now by 4. Here's LaRavia. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
The Kings shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Shooting for Sacramento.
And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. That's tipped.
Sacramento foul.
The Trailblazers have converted 4 of 7 free throws on the night.
At the free throw line for the Trailblazers.
First one falls for him.
Sharp. 2 shots.
Good on both. To the left wing. Back to Carter. It could go. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Kings ahead. They lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Jonas, you guys got off to a strong start. How important was it to set the tone early?
You know, we came out with a different energy. We said it's enough to struggle from the start. You know, we got to focus and play good starts.
That is where it all starts. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
So this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool lion.
Got it.
A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter.
Their biggest lead in the first, 5 points. They gained a little ground there in the second quarter. Taking a look at the Kings, Kenny, what'd you think?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
They've got to be more assertive on the glass. Getting out hustle is a great way to lose a game. Second half, they can generate extra possessions. It will go a long way toward getting the W.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Jonas Valanciunas having a dominant impact in this game.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Deni Avdija, also Anthony Simons out there. Wingen is out there with Jeremy Grant. And it's Kamare in at the 4-man position. And Valanciunas has got the ball here for Sacramento. They lead by 4. That will kick off a 6-game road trip for the team. And Jeremy Grant picks up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Monk on the inbound. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Murray's got 3 assists tonight.
And boy, Murray just understands the game. Everything looks like it comes easy to him, including making plays for others.
Now, here's Simon. He has 7. And Levine comes to help. Here's Avdija. They get it back.
And really the only question going forward for playing him, can he keep up with the foot speed in the NBA?
Portland, they have shot 67% from the line, going 6 of 9. The first one falls.
Taking 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. Here's Monk. He's got 6. Here's Levine. Valanciunas. And staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 10.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Pass to Simons. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Simon's known for a guy who can really get it going from behind the line, and he can do some damage. He's got length and vertical ability from it.
The shot by Monk is no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. Grant
surveying the D. Here's Here's Kamara. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
Now here's Levine. Nothing on the board. Clock at 6. And it's blocked. Levine against Avdia. Pass to Simons. Here's Kamara. Left side Grant. Pass it to from Simons. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Simons has got the game tied up here for Portland. The Kings have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Pass to Monk. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Now the pass to Valanciunas. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And some changes here for the Kings. Lyle comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Ellison for Malik Monk. Henderson's checked in for the Trailblazers. Here's Klingon. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Just 5 to shoot. Yes, that goes in. Klingon's got 6 points.
And Klingon uses his size well and just bullets his way through the defense.
Lets a floater go. Levine's shot is off. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Kings. Arabia's checked in, and Jake Crowder's subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And then for the Trailblazers, Matisse Thybulle comes in for Grant, and Shaedon Sharpe subbed in for Avdia. Here's Thybulle. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And it's 8 points for Donovan Klingon.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
We talk about guys, Brad, whose value exceeds the numbers. Well, that's Jay Crowder.
Well, it's a good point, Kevin, that an understanding and an awareness of self in terms of what you contribute sometimes is the most important part of being a role player. And Jay Crowder has done that throughout his career. He brings a toughness to the floor that helps other players settle into their role because they know Jay is willing to take something like that on. So making sure you have a great self-awareness of what you can contribute. Jay Crowder has defined that for himself throughout his career. Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Chalk up 2 there. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one.
Crowder just muscling up and playing some man ball in there.
Poked away. It's stolen by Carter. It's 2-on-1. Up the floor. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Trailblazers third.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
Now, here's Sharpe. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Here's Sharpe. 6 to shoot. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. We know, Brent, there are many roads that lead to the modern NBA. And Shaedon Sharpe took his own unique path.
Yeah, Kevin, you could say that again. I mean, he was on the Kentucky campus as a player, but never participated in a collegiate game, and then all of a sudden finding himself at the top end of the NBA draft without ever playing a college game.
DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Kings. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Grant's checked in. Carter kicks to Ellis. DeRozan passes to Ellis.
And bringing the D there, Sharpe with good lateral movement and those long arms to disrupt the offense.
Trailblazers trail by 3. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Thibault can't get it to go. Down low. And the dunk by DeRozan.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. For 3, Henderson. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Kings lead by 5. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports. And it's bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And yes, it's good. That's 7 points from Scoot Henderson.
On the drive, Henderson relies on his agility to slip past contact.
And LaVine, here we go. Oh, he jams it right over Scoot Henderson. Look at it. Wow.
And there's a reason LaVine was a back-to-back champ at the slam dunk contest. He doesn't waste an opportunity to put on a show.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G slam cam. To the paint. Out that one, and the Kings lead has been cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Henderson.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Now here's Murray. Here's Valanciunas. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Kings?
Guys, they've done everything they can in this one to just dominate that backboard offensively and keeping control of the ball and then converting.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Now, here's Grant. Puts the move on. And DeRozan sends it back.
And defensively, that's the kind of energy you want to see from DeRozan as he comes away with that denial.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And the Kings making a change here. Laravia's checked in. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
During that break, Sacramento's coach had some words for the team. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Grant after the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Swinging. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. On Sunday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. Then on Tuesday, they're taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And looking at the Toronto matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. To the inside. Here's Murray. Levine passes to LaRavia. Back to Levine. Pass to LaRavia. Levine with it. Now defended by Grant. Levine's shot is off.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, they can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And Simons, here we go. And the slam dunk by Simons.
Love the combination of skill and athleticism. Anthony Simons exploding offensively here.
Pass to Levine. Murray right side. Sacramento moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Monk, the pass to LaRavia. Shoots over Grant, and it's LaRavia missing. No good from Valanciunas. And so it's Abdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 5-point game. Here's Grant. Offensive rebound. Simons from outside. That's no good. He's 5 of 10 from the field. Sacramento's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the jam by Levine.
Going over the top. Levine putting his house on display.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. And the slam dunk by Simons.
And it's crucial, but Simons takes that responsibility and gets it done.
Here's Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Turning into a sensation in a hurry. Get your tickets to see Simons.
Here's Monk. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Ellis, he's checked in for the Kings.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Sacramento. Malik.
Free throw drops for Monk.
You know, and Monk is one of those guys off the bench, an energizer, someone that can provide a scoring punch to your offense.
And Simons wide open. He'll fight.
Anthony
that
Simons.
one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Sacramento leading by 6. Monk dishes to Murray. Back to Monk. Passes it to Murray. Monk with the ball, covered by Simons. The shot by Monk is no good.
He's a guy to count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And you make it easy on Simons when you leave someone that wide open. He's always looking to make the extra pass.
1:21 left to play in the final quarter. Levine. Here's Valanciunas.
Ball entered from below the basket. Portland ball.
Trailblazers trail by 4. Simons from outside. Won't go in for the 6th time in 14 shots tonight. He's made 8. And the pass to Valanciunas. Back to Levine. And the jam by Levine.
Big basket there. We've seen Levine blossom into a star in this league. A guy teams count on in big moments.
Now here's Simons. Here's Kamara.
And able
to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And I think Valanciunas is Lithuanian for can't miss. I'll have to look that up.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 6. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Jonas Valanciunas.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They're leading by 4. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Kamara, first personal foul. Third team.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hits it from three-point range.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Valanciunas finds Ellis. And another three for Sacramento.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Oscar Murray. From downtown, and Ellis the bucket on the assist by Murray.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. That can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Zach. There's been some tough losses of late, but tonight you got the win. How resilient is your group?
You got to be a pro. You got to come out here and we got to do our job. And, we find out we had to get this win. We got to stop losing these games so we can win. And, we got to get back on track.
Well, this is step one, man, in that process. So congrats. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Back-to-back interviews.